as I mentioned, is going to be value packed, right? So be attentive. This will give you amazing opportunities in future. Amazing. It's a massive value, a free webinar, but kind of a premium because value is very high. Now, before I start, I just want to tell you one thing. Once Benjamin Franklin mentioned that tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, but involve me and I'll learn. So that's the reason I just want to involve you here in this 1 hour session. Okay, I am super excited about it. Are you? Just write yes into the comment section right now if you are super excited about this entire webinar. Just do it quickly. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start now. We're going to talk about everything about Power BI. And let me first reach out to the first slide that we have over here. And that is what all we are going to achieve into this 1 hour session. So first of all, I'm going to talk about a little bit about myself, a quick story. It won't take much time, but there is something which is related to Power BI and everything. So that's why I just want to keep you posted on that. I want you to know me first. So we'll be talking about my story. And then we're going to move towards that how Power BI is a part of a data science industry. That's very important, very much important. You know that in this decade, data science is something which is the highest paying job and highest preferable skill you can actually get. And I know the very first thing comes into mind that you would be needing some coding language or technical background. Let me tell you, you are wrong about that. I'll prove you. Okay. Now, how Power BI came into the picture and how it evolved over time. I'm going to talk about that also. And also I'm going to show 5 case studies from the different departments and industries that how Power BI is solving the real life problem. If you don't know about Power BI, I'll also talk about that from scratch. So don't worry. And also I talk about that if you get into Power BI, that how much salary you can expect. And I'll also talk about the job description if you want to get into Power BI. And also I'll be showing a couple of case studies to you. Now, this is not something written. I have done many interviews with people who were my followers, who did my course also. And we're going to talk about that how they actually got a job as a fresher, because the most common problem people face is that they never use Power BI, but when they want to do a job or they want to build a career into the BI technology, companies are asking for experiences like 2 to 3 years of experience, so on and so forth, which we do not have. So don't worry about it. I'm going to talk about that. People will speak themselves who got the job as a fresher, and also those who have experience but not in Power BI, they are having experience in their own domain. It could be HR, it could be finance, operations, sales, anything. But how they manage to get a job into Power BI and as a part of the data science industry, they will speak themselves. I'll show you that. And also, if you stick around with me till the end, I'm going to give you a surprise gift. So that's a promise from my side. This is because you are spending time with me. That's very much important. I always value time. And if you are giving your time, nothing like that. And that is the reason, again, thank you so much for joining. A surprise I've already mentioned. And also just keep in mind one thing. I always work with people. I always entertain those people who are action takers, because the communities of your community matters a lot, right? I know about my community. I built a community who all are action takers. I don't like action thinkers. I used to be myself an action taker, but I'm not at all now. I am an action taker. And that's what exactly you need to be to become the part of the community. Right? So just keep a mindset of an action taker. Do not overthink. Just be an action taker. That's exactly what I need. Right? Also, once we'll go further, a lot of time I just need motivation from your side also. I need a lot of motivation. Okay, I am giving you a lot of motivation, and in return I need motivation. And the way is you can simply write in the comment section ICIW, which is a short form of I can and I will. I just need positivity everywhere, and that's how we grow. Right? Just write it right now. I can and I will, which is ICIW. Just write it. Do not wait. Write it. So that's all about me, what I have done, and this was not something that I've learned just like that. No, it can happen, because see, in very initial days I figured out one thing, that if you want to grow, there are 2 paths in front of you. One, you can simply learn from all the free resources which are available. I'm not saying these are not good. In fact, if you see my YouTube videos, you will amaze the kind of quality that I give over there. It's not about that. But the problem is time, because no flow or structured manner is available on those free resources. So that's why I took a path of happily paying something for someone who's an expert into that, and I learned many things because I wanted to do many things in my life, and I am doing it now, right? And that's the reason you'll notice, see, at the time of opening up the institute, I've learned marketing also. I spent thousands of rupees into the course of marketing. I've done courses on communication skills, and again, I wanted to be a trainer into MS Office applications. So I've achieved certification on Excel, Power BI, PowerPoint. I've did it because I wanted to grow my career into that stream as a freelancer. Right? I've done negotiation skills also. Okay, I want to write a book, so I've done a course on writing also, how you phrase things basically. So that's very much important. And ultimately, I found out that self-investment is the biggest investment that you can make in your entire life, because nobody can take it away from you, right? So nobody can take it away from you. That's the reason always keep on investing on yourself. It will always pay you multifold. It happened with me. I earn lakhs of rupees per month, and I simply give a major credit to what I've learned from experts out there, and it was tremendous. I'm still in touch with them, and they are very helpful, right? So always try to follow the path in which you can save your time, because time is money. That's very important. Now, let's talk about, so that was my entire story. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you feel motivated, right? That was the purpose of discussing what I did in my life. Trust me, it was not easy at all. I've been through many pain areas, and now I am quite happy with my life, because things are now very good. And that's the reason I try to share my knowledge with as much people as I can through my social media and these webinars. I do a lot of stuff so that I can help people. And that's the reason I'm also building a community where people learn such technologies, where people get into such technology and multifold their career. That is the only reason, right? Okay, guys. So I hope so far you're good, right? Just write once again, I can and I will into the comment section. I want to know it. Do it right away. Do it. Just like I can and I will. If you think that you're stuck into your job, if you think that something is getting wrong, okay, you have a bad boss, right? Whatever. If you think that you're not getting challenges, if you think that the efforts that you're putting in your job, you're not getting the reward equivalent to your efforts, don't worry. I know that you can, and definitely you will. That's the reason you have to write I can and I will right now. Just write it. Feel motivated. We have to do something. You have to achieve something in our life. That's how we started with our career. Remember, the day you started your career, there was a huge spark in your eyes because you wanted to achieve many things in your life. But because of few reasons, maybe you're stuck. Do not worry. You are still the same guy who dreamed of those many things. So you will be able to do it. Right? Okay, let's move on. Now, remember I've told you that Power BI is a part of the data science industry. And you know that in this decade, the most preferable area of expertise is data science, because nothing is without data. Everyone has to play with the data, and that gives the information. So what data science do, first of all, let us understand that part. Data science help people to get inside the data, find out the insights, and based on that, a company or an organization or a business can make the informed decision. That is the reason these companies pay lakhs and lakhs of rupees per month to the data scientist, because the kind of job they are doing, they're actually saving a lot of money, multi-fold money of these organizations. Right? So you can become the part of it without having the technical knowledge. I'll prove you. Just give me a couple of minutes, right? So that's what data science is all about. Now, These are the components, but do not worry about it. I'll simplify everything for you. If you talk about the data science, if you want to get into the data science, you must be good at data engineering. You must know about the scientific methods that you have to go with if you want to get into the data science environment, become part of it, want to do a job in the data science, and want to become the part of this ecosystem. You must be very good at mathematical operations, statistical operations, okay? And also domain expertise is something which is very much required. And sometimes hacker mindset, which is the reverse engineering mindset, is also very much required. And also advanced computing, you can't escape at all. And finally, see, you did everything, but finally you have to convey your insights to the end user who will be making the informed decision. How you'll be able to do it is through the visualization only. Easy to understand manner, right? And bang on. That's what I was talking about. Remember, I've told you in the entire data science ecosystem, there's something for which you do not need any coding knowledge. And that's where the visualization comes into the picture. You must be happy at this point of time. Trust me, people like me, I am very happy that I'm a part of the data science ecosystem industry without having the coding knowledge because I'm into the visualization. Later on, you can definitely grow, but at least you can start from the visualization. There are immense opportunities into this, right? And for how you can visualize the data, there must be a tool for the same, right? And that actually entire thing is known as a BI, business intelligence. Now, what is business intelligence? It's a process where you capture the data, you clean up the data, then you model the data, then you write some function to get the insights, and finally create reports which can be shared and collaborated with others so that they can make the informed decision and save huge losses or predict the losses, avoid the huge cost, right? And increase revenue multifold. That's what BI process is all about, business intelligence, right? Now the question comes in, okay, so now we know that, okay, there's something which is known as a data science ecosystem, and everything, if you talk about there, you need some technical knowledge, but there's something which is known as the visualization part, through which you can convey. And that's where the BI comes into the picture. Now the question comes in, okay, Lokesh, tell me, what is the best tool? Because there are several tools available, right? We'll talk about that also. But look at this picture, and this is the market size of not data science. This is the market size of only the BI right now. So in 2020, it was $23.1 billion, the market size of BI, and it's expected to be $33.3 billion by the end of 2025. There's been survey which is done. You can see I've already put in over there markets and markets, right? And it's amazing. It's amazing. Without any technical knowledge or background, you can be a part of this huge industry, $33.3 billion industry. That's amazing. So no need to get stuck into your current job, current position. Think about it. You'll be having immense opportunities if you start getting into this. Now, these all tools are available in the market. All the tools are related to BI. But the question comes in, which is the most preferred tool? And the answer is Power BI. It's not that I am saying that. There is something known as Gartner. There is an organization, and they do a lot of surveys on these technologies. And they did a survey, and they did not have done survey for 1 year, but continuously they are doing surveys on BI technologies. And Power BI got introduced in 2015. And let me show you something from 2015. Look at that. It was over here in the leaders quadrant already. But you can see ClickView, Tableau were at number 1. Tableau was the market leader at that time when Microsoft Power BI got introduced in 2015. But I want to slide through and show you that how it evolved. Look at that. In 2016, the position of Power BI. Then 2017, 2018. Look at that how it's going. 2019, 2020, and now recently 2021. Clearly a winner. Now, what is happening? The question comes in, why companies and clients look for Power BI over any other BI tool? The major reason that this is the cheapest tool available in the BI market. Almost 80% of the tool is absolutely free. 80% of the tool is free. And moreover, it is by Microsoft. So it's quite aligned with a lot of Microsoft technologies like Azure, SharePoint, SQL, Excel. All of them work quite smoothly. And also the kind of analysis that you can get from this is amazing. You won't be able to get it to any BI tool. That is the reason earlier Tableau was the market leader. A lot of companies prefer, but I've seen in my career so far that a lot of companies are moving from Power BI, from Tableau towards Power BI because of the reasons that I mentioned just to you now. Also, why companies are using Power BI? Because if I talk about the number, if a company spends $100 on Power BI, they're actually getting a return of $1,000. Not about the software fee. I'm talking about engaging the people. If they hire a BI expert, Power BI expert, they will save multifold of what they're spending. That's the reason. That's the reason demand for the professionals into Power BI is amazing, right? Okay, now let me show you the 5 case studies that how Power BI solved the business specific problem. Let's move on, right? Okay, the first thing, if you belong to finance background, it will be very relatable for you. The very first thing is the financial performance analysis of a company. Look at that. I'll just go through swiftly. I'll talk about that how the problem, what are the problems, and how Power BI is solving them. Month-over-month comparison of revenue and sales, right? Revenue and profit for all the segments. KPIs like capex, ROI, revenue, profit, sales, discount, everything segregated by dates, right? Region. Look at that. The kind of dashboard which is being created in Power BI looks like this. Amazing. Everything is very much interactive. You can play around with it, and in few seconds, people can find out where is the problem, what is the lacking area, and they can start improving the same. Another example, look at this, an amazing dashboard. Another example, let's talk about another example over here from the HR department point of view. They deal with huge amount of data. A lot of people are coming and going out of the company. Attendance, bonuses, a lot of many things, right? So monitoring the employee strength, attrition, new hires at a high level across the organization, getting a pulse of the net growth across functions. Understanding the drivers for attrition based on employee exist surveys, right? And understanding employee distribution by location, years of experience, and experience by lot many things. If you are into HR, you can simply correlate. And you have always struggled, right? Correct? So the kind of dashboard you can see right now, it is actually showing everything to you. The kind of slices at the top you can clearly see, you can slice the entire data based on the year, month, gender, project category, nationality, everything. And you can simply see the count, attrition, everything. And this is just one page of the dashboard. If you see scroll, you will notice that you'll be having many pages. So how Power BI is actually solving the real life problem of the organization. So that's the reason companies are mad about it. Something which is almost free, they are deploying in their organization and just increasing the revenue multifold because they are getting, and you can create dashboards in just few minutes. You can simply ask the question. You can type the question in Power BI, you can get the entire visualization been built by Power BI for you. That can also be on that level of visuals are available. Features are available. Now if you belong to sales, this is very interesting. If you belong to sales, you may have gone through many problems. A lot of key indicators you have to show to the top management. Sales performance for the specific pin codes. Drill down information about the sales manager and see the performances. How each sales manager is doing. About the territory, about their zone, about the product line, about the product category, anything. And look at the amazing dashboard over here in front of us. And these are just samples. Trust me, samples. You can create many more in-depth and amazing dashboards. Look at this Q&A at the top. This is basically all about that. You can actually ask, the consumer can simply ask the question and it will give a result based on the question. So there are a lot of AI-based visuals available. Now, if you belong to a healthcare industry, I've seen a lot of people from Dubai. They come over and talk about this. A lot of healthcare companies are there in Dubai, right? And I've developed many dashboards for them, trained many people over there. And the kind of data that they want to show, revenue analysis, right? Admissions, discharge, readmission, where the trend is going. A lot of insurance companies, they have to check, how many claims are coming, whether these are authentic or not. A lot many things are there. The data is huge, right? Okay. Member retention rate, patient case status, a lot many things are there. And look at the dashboard, very smooth, clean dashboard that help us find the insights out of the data and easily able to show it. Based on that, people can make the informed decision. That's what a BI tool will do, right? Without even a single line of code. If you belong to retail, sales and guest count for the different locations, daily sales, average, check amount, lot many things. Item comparison by day, item and location, lot many things. Correct? Look at this. In the center, this visualization that you see is known as a decomposition tree, which is one of the AI-based visual in Power BI. On the right bottom corner, the key influencer is something again an AI-based. I'm going to show you a live report also later on. Right? So that's how it is. Amazing, truly amazing. This program, I'm loving it. The more I'm using it, I'm a lot of problems that it's solving. Just like this. Right? Okay. Now, the point is, okay, so far we've understood what is Power BI and where it comes into the picture of the entire data science ecosystem. But the point is, what's in it for you? Right? Are you excited? Yes? Just write I can and I will. Once again, I need some energy again from you. Just write it. ICIW. Do it. Quick. Great. Okay, fine. Now, let's see what we have for you. In the market, if you want to get into Power BI, but all positions you can start with. BI developer, business analyst, data analyst, reporting analyst, business development manager or reporting manager. Right? And the question comes in, what are the salary bands? What are the salary packages that these people get? Now, I've divided into three parts. Starting salary, which is you can expect around 50,000 per month. I'll show you the live proof of the same also. And average salary is around 80,000. And if you gain experience into this, you can reach out to a height of around 5 lakh per month also. I'm talking about INR, Indian rupee salary. That's not bad at all. Look at that starting salary and it multifold. If you even get an experience of 1 year into BI, it'll multifold. Right? So that's what Power BI has for you. And trust me, no coding knowledge is required. And also the demand for the BI professionals is huge because supply is not there. People are not getting into this. People are not there right now. Companies are implementing it. So they have to get into it. Right? Okay. This is a quick job description that you see over here. Right? If you want to get into BI, you must be having the knowledge of these. I'm not talking about experience because you can get a job as a fresher into BI technology. Maybe you have experience with your domain. You can use that experience and use Power BI to get multi-fold salary and a very good position and some challenges also at the time of working. That actually excites us, right? So JD is basically, let me summarize it. You must be having an end-to-end knowledge of Power BI. How to connect the data, how to transform the data, how to load the data. That's known as an ETL process. So Power Query in Power BI is something that you need to have a knowledge on. And then how to model the data, the DBMS concepts. And then how to write the DEX functions, data analysis expression, how to build a report. All this knowledge is required, right? As if you want to get into the BI technology. So that's the most common JD that you'll find over the internet. You can search for the jobs related to Power BI. You'll find this very similar thing everywhere. Okay, now why today is the high time to learn Power BI and also get into that? I've shown you the industry already. You've got a fair idea about why you should get into that right now. Okay, but apart from that, I want to show you some proof from my side. You know that I am a trainer, right? I'm a freelancer. And earlier I used to be only into Excel and PowerPoint. When I started getting into Power BI, you won't believe, since the pandemic happened, the demand for Power BI technology went like anything. And because the supply is not there, you have a very good chance of earning a very good amount into this, into your job. That is the reason companies are paying like anything. Okay, I want to show you the proof from myself. So I did this project. Okay, and I've charged 2,10,000 rupees. I got this project from LinkedIn, right? Because my entire profile is based on Power BI. So the guy searched me, texted me over LinkedIn, and I've got a project, negotiated. The project was of 2,10,000 rupees and I submitted it in just 15 days. And it was not hard to do because people do not know this technology. That is the reason they're paying for it. And it is solving the real business problems. As I've shown you the 5 case studies already, right? This was related to the project that I've done. And I'm a trainer, you know that, right? And I want to show you a PO, purchase order. And look at that, the amount. You will be amazed to see. I've charged 1,90,000 rupees for 4 days session on Power BI into corporate. And that's what I've charged. Near about 50,000 per day. Why people are paying me that much amount? The reason is very simple. Because this technology is solving the core problem. And people in the market don't have knowledge onto this. That is the reason companies are ready to pay me this amount. And they also like the way I explain things. Right? So you have your past experience with you. You get into Power BI, which do not require any coding knowledge. And bang on. You are just multi-folding your entire career opportunities. Right? Okay. Now that we know, of course, that pandemic is actually a bane for us so far. A lot of people lost their jobs into this. A lot of people faced a huge pay cut. They're not doing the job with wholeheartedly. They can't do because the efforts that they are putting in, they're not getting the salary or maybe recognition. Right? So that's the reason I always feel that we should move on to something which is in the market right now. Very much in the market. Okay. Now, so much things that I've told you, right, so far. And now I have put in 2 case studies that I want to show you. Now, this is the video interview that I've done for a couple of people who actually got into BI, okay, and they got a job as a fresher. One of the guy got a job as a fresher who didn't have any experience. He got graduated and got a job as a fresher. Even the company was asking for 3 to 4 years of experience, but he got the job. He'll explain you how he did it. And another guy who was experienced into his own domain, which was finance, but never had any knowledge into Power BI, but still he got the job based on Power BI. I want to show you that. Okay, now let me just turn on the video. Just 1 second. You got a job in Adobe, right? So yes, you got it as a fresher. So how did you do that? Because I believe you mentioned it to me that they were looking for an experience of 3 to 4 years. Exactly. 3 to 4 years. So what happened at that time? How you cracked the interview, number one, and why those guys preferred you over an experienced guy? And if I'm not wrong, you also showed your dashboards that you created at the time of interview to Adobe people, right? Yes, I did show my dashboards and all. So that is the thing they really appreciated. And it's always you need to stand up. Right? You need to stand out of the crowd and you need to show that what qualities you have that others don't possess. You need to take a step. And it's always there's a saying that always do good things, tell great stories. Absolutely. And if you don't mind, what is the salary package they're offering and what you are getting also with that as a fresher? So basically, I'm getting around about 5 between 5 to 7. Okay, between 5 to 7 you are getting as a fresher. Okay, that's a great start basically because see, because this growth is exponential into this technology that I've seen. Even if you have 2 years of experience, it may go up to 8 lakhs or something in a year. If you have more than that, it will go to 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs. So it will increase by the time you have.
Definitely, there's a need. If any fresher or an experienced person is looking to start his journey or something, one thing I'll definitely recommend is that take up your course because it's covering like 5 premium dashboards and also it's covering introduction to DA 100 exam. Right. So that is the really one thing which I really like about your course. Like there are case studies which are being told, and it's not only about in Adobe. I was able to crack at Deloitte, KPMG, Capgemini, and like I was into the interviews as well. And also a lot of startups and all. If you take up your course and all, it's very simple and easy to learn about. And it's like there's a systematic approach followed and case studies covered, which is more than sufficient to crack interviews and all.
All the very best for you, Joe. All the very best.
Thank you.
So basically, his name is Shashank KS. You can find him on LinkedIn also. He's available there. And you can follow him also. See, the point is that he just graduated and got a job in industry using Power BI. Okay, he did a course from my side and he got a job as a fresher. So have you listened to him? He said that the company Adobe was asking for 3 to 4 years of experience. But how he did it, that he actually went with a couple of dashboards that he have created based on the knowledge he have got from the course. Right? Because there's a systematic approach in the entire course that you have to follow. It's based on the real life scenario. So the point is that he got the good understanding. He showed them that this is what he's capable of. And he got a salary package between 5 to 7 lakh. Right? And this is what his advice is. Now, let us just move on to the next guy, whose name is Vaibhav Gandhi, and he got a very good opportunity in one of the startups, and he'll also explain to you. The point is that he was experienced, but not into BI, like most of us, right? So let him speak and explain what has happened so far. You are not having experience into BI. Not now. Yeah. So how you cracked it, basically? That is the pain that people are facing. I just want I understand that thing into that. Yeah. Right.
So what I can, in easy word, in a brief thing, I can say this thing. Do freelancing initially. Do not charge extra amount of money. Do it like for 200, 300, 400 rupees also. Just gain the experience. At least gain the experience for 1 or 2 months. Because, you know, Lokesh, like theoretical knowledge is one thing, and practical knowledge is one thing.
Absolutely.
When you start doing all the things practically, then you face a lot of challenges. Remember, I used to call you every single day. I'm facing this problem, what to do. So this is the thing. You start actually learning those things. And the best way, when you talk to any like company or employer or entrepreneur, simple way is connect everything with an example. Right. That's what I did. You won't believe, last week I got an opportunity to become a Power BI trainer. Someone called me, become a Power BI trainer in Japan. And they did an interview and I cracked that interview. I was shocked. Like, I was like, okay, how this whole thing happened. I just had a very little experience about it, but the way I was talking to them, they were very impressed with it because I was stating every single thing with an example. That example came from your course, like we were doing that adventures work reports. So they were like practical experience, right? So I was using those practical experience while explaining my skills.
Okay.
So obviously, when you tell any employer that you have done something and you can prove that thing, they actually okay. Yes. Remember, I'll give you a very short example. My employer asked me, "Do you know what is pre-map?" And suddenly in my mind, cracked that we did pre-map on the course. And in pre-map, what we did is they were like category, then they said category product, right? Then I explained like that, and that person was really impressed because I connected something with a proper proof of example.
Right. Absolutely. Based on your experience, how much salary people can drop if they do not have any experience into Power BI? Any tentative number you can
say, like if they have no experience, then I can say somewhere around 50 to 100,000 between that, 50,000 to 100,000, any amount between that. If you have a little experience and you can actually portray that experience very well in front of the company owners, then 100% I can say you can go above 100,000. I have got opportunities about that.
Which is around 1 lakh rupees per month, you're saying?
Yeah, about that. One of my friends working in a, I will not mention a company.
Right. So basically, the purpose of showing this to you that we face a lot of problem nowadays that okay, if we get into this technology, companies are asking for experience. Not like that. I know few companies are asking for experience, but few companies you have to showcase. Like Shashank, the earlier guy, he shows his capability. He showed his capability around this technology once you have learned it. And similarly, his approach was that he started getting the project even without getting money out of that because he wanted to gain the experience. And the moment he got the experience with that, he also mentioned that he got an opportunity to become a trainer from Japan. Right. And the salary package you have already heard that the salary package is something which is he's mentioned 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees per month, even more than that. If you showcase clearly what you are capable of into this technology. Right. So the point is that this is something very huge, very huge. If you get into this, no technical knowledge is required. Right. You just need to have analytical mindset. That's it. And you can increase your salary multifold. Right. If you're stuck in the job, if you're not happy with what you're doing right now, just get into this. I'm just building a community, guys. I just want to tell you one thing. I'm just building a community of people who want to get into this. We are helping each other. Like these guys, you can search them on LinkedIn. These are helping others also because they got the job. They used to ask me a lot of questions. I help them a lot. And like these are hundreds of people. I'm just building a community of people who want to get into Power BI, want to learn, want to enhance their career opportunities, like anything. And that is the kind of value you can see that I'm giving you right now into this free session. Think about it. Amazing value. Now, I just want to tell you one thing. Okay, now I'm just going to take some FAQs, some of the common questions from here, and then you can ask any questions that you have. Right? Let me just answer most of the questions, and these will resolve most of your queries. The very first thing is that will I get the job as a fresher to Power BI? The most common question, the most common area. Definitely, you've seen people like Shashank and Vaibhav, and there are hundreds of people out there who did it. They have gone with their own way of doing it, but they did it. You can inspire from them and start learning Power BI. Definitely, you can get a job as a fresher also. And starting package is what? It is 50,000 rupees per month. Starting package. Companies like Wipro, Signed, right? Many companies out there, KPMG, Deloitte, EY, PwC, they've done many trainings in these companies on Power BI. Every company is using it because they have the sense of the importance of this amazing tool. Another question you may face that, okay, you have a few years of experience in your own domain. It could be HR, finance, marketing, any other domain that you are in. But can I switch into data analytics through Power BI? Will my experience be considered? Definitely. See, Power BI is a tool to convey the insights, right? But insights will get based on your experience, your knowledge into that domain. So it's highly relative. Don't worry about it. There's a big yes for the same. If I have any doubts while learning from this course, how can I contact you? Because it's a pre-recorded course. So definitely you'll have some doubts. The moment you enroll, you will get, so it will take up to 30 minutes to get the access to the course. You will get your own LMS, learning management system. You can see the entire progress of your course. Once you complete it, you will get the course completion certificate also. And you'll also get the contact details where you can reach us out if you have any question or any doubt. Right? Is it a pre-recorded course or a live course? As I mentioned earlier also, it's not a live course. It's a pre-recorded. And the reason I used to do live classes, I've stopped doing the same. The reason being because it is very difficult for a working professional to take time from their busy schedule. So that is the reason I came up with the course. And now when they travel, they learn from it. Okay? On weekends, they learn from it. I personally prefer that you should be having a system of the same. Why? Because it's a practical course. It has a case study. It is good that while watching the video, you have to do it. Once you watch one video, do the same thing on the case study files that I've shared. Right? Okay, duration of the course is, you can say 25 to 30 days if you spend 1 hour a day on a daily basis, dedicated. If you do so, you're going to complete in 25 to 30 days. And even before that, you start getting opportunities into that. I can guarantee you 100%. Is Microsoft providing certification on Power BI? Yes. The name is DA100, Data and Analyst 100, right? Preparation material is already a part of this course. No need to spend extra, right? In this one-time offer, you're getting everything. Is there a difference between free and paid version? Yes. 20% part of Power BI is paid, but you need not to bother about this because your company is going to pay for this. For the learning purposes, you can simply use the desktop version which is absolutely free and you'll be able to crack it. You don't need to go for the paid version on Power BI. Don't worry about it. Do I need to have coding knowledge or do I need to learn the coding? No, a big no. It's not required. I am also from the finance background. It's not required at all, right? How the course will flow? It basically starts from the very scratch, right? All about what is Power BI, how to download it, how to connect with the data from Excel, from SQL Server, like these sources, and how to transform the data, how to load the data, and then how to model the data, the relationship between multiple tables, how to write the text function from the basic advanced level, how to create the visualization, how to publish the report on the Power BI service, and how to create the dashboards, share and collaborate, RLS, gateways, schedule refresh, real-time dashboard, a lot of things are the part of this course, right? Okay. Now I want to show you the kind of report over here. Look at this. This is the kind of report you can expect to create once you go through the course, and it's 100% interactive report. Right? So like this is the top line page and then we have the product details. So suppose if I right click on any one of the product name over here, I can simply go to drill through and I go to product details. So that will start showing the data for that product. Like AWS will logo cap, it took me over there and started showing the data for this. Now this is the verdict parameter. If I slide it, it will change the visualization over here, impact in the visualization over here based on that. Right? And then we have the NLQ also, which is natural language query. What does that mean? Then simply we'll be learning that how you can actually create a visual just by asking the question. Right? Then we have the key influencer, which is an AI based visual, as I mentioned earlier also. Right? It's loading is just running the analysis because it creates everything by itself. The top segments over here. Okay. So if you want to see that segment, this is how it looks like. A lot of analysis is being done over here into this report. This is one of the sample report that we'll be creating to the course because I told you it's 100% practical knowledge that you'll be getting. Now you have the decomposition tree visual also. So that is the root cause analysis can do this. Right? And similarly, you have the tooltip. Tooltip is basically once you hover onto any value, it will show a page instead of the value as a tooltip. Now the scroller at the bottom you can see these are the custom visuals which you can get from the third party also. Right? We'll talk about how to model the data because you'll be connecting to many tables, how to connect it. Everything about that. Snowflake schema, star schema, time key point, a lot of information out there. A lot of complex measures. Look at the list of the all measures. Okay, many measures are there. Many measures. Previous year values, next year values, selected year, lot many things are there. Okay, so you will be learning everything in this course. Right? So this is just one time opportunity that you have right now. Right? Just one time opportunity. Trust me, you won't get this opportunity again. The kind of bonuses that I'm giving you alone as a value over 1 lakh rupees along with this. You have to just pay a very minimum amount to be the part of this program.